So what I want to show you right now is how we're going to be doing the classwork. So every class, almost every class, at the end, there will be an assignment that I want you to do to practice what we learned that day. You know, you can always ask me questions about it. I'm open to helping you. You can ask me during class time. You can ask me during office hours. You can post on the discussions on Blackboard asking your classmates. So the way the classwork will work is you'll find a slide that has the assignment. So this one, for example, says open NetBeans, create a new project, and copy the code from slide 7. Change the code to print welcome to CSC 127 instead of hello world. So the goal of this assignment is to recreate a new project and, print a message. And then it says compile and run your code, and then it says test your code on HackerRank, on NetBeans on HackerRank. So what is HackerRank? So if you go to our Blackboard page, you'll find on the side there's classwork. So when you click on classwork, you'll find that the classwork is broken up by chapter. So we are on chapter 1. So I will click on chapter 1, and under chapter 1, there's only one classwork assignment. So here there's a link to a HackerRank assignment. Now, HackerRank is a platform that lets you write your code, and then you can test your code on it and see if it passes. And so before you submit your classwork, you will know whether your classwork is working or not. So I'm going to click on this link. And the first time you go to HackerRank, it's not going to tell you to enter the contest immediately. It's going to ask you to create an account. So the first time you go onto HackerRank, you will need to create an account. You can use your school account, email account. You can use your personal email account. It is up to you. So here I'm going to click on enter the contest because I am already signed in. And chapter 1 only has one programming assignment, which is this one. So I'm going to click on solve challenge. And what it does, it gives you a window where you can write some code. Now here, it's automatically giving me Java code. This is because I've done this before. The first time you come, you're not going to find this. There's a little drop down here. It might be like on a different language. So what you need to do is click on it, click on this little arrow and type Java. And we're going to use Java 8. And once you do that, it's going to give you something that looks similar to NetBeans. So it's going to give you a place where you can write your code. So here it says this is where you need to be entering your code. So I'm going to come under it, and I'm going to write the code that is needed. So the code that I need to write is system.out.println, and they want me to say welcome to CSC 127. So I'm going to say welcome to CSC 127. And I need to put my semicolon because every line ends with a semicolon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Run Code. We are never going to be using the Submit code. We're not going to use Submit code on HackerRank. HackerRank is has a paid subscription. We're not using that. We're using the free version. So you're just going to run code. And it's going to test your code, and it's going to tell you whether it's right or wrong. So here it says this is your output. When HackerRank ran your code, it said, welcome to CSC 127. But that's wrong because here it says the expected output is welcome to CSC 127. And it wants it to be uppercase. So I'm just going to come back and I'm going to fix this to be uppercase. And I'm going to do another mistake. I'm just going to put a space in there. I'm going to run the code again. And again, it tells me it failed. Okay, because it's not exactly the same. So I have to make sure that it's exactly the same. So I have to remove the space and try again. And now it passed. And so what I want you to do is I want you to submit proof that your classwork works. So how are you going to do that? So the first thing is there's something called the snipping tool. So on my computer, if I write snipping tool, I'm going to open my snipping tool. And I'm going to create a new one. So I'm going to click on new. And I'm going to come here. I'm going to highlight this big area because this has my code and it has proof. So I want to see your code and I want to see proof that it passed. So I want to see this little green check mark. And I like this picture. So I'm going to say File, Save As. And what I suggest you do is create a folder where you save all your classwork. So I'm going to create a new folder here in my downloads. And I'm going to call it Java Classwork Proof. And this is the first one. So I'm going to say this is classwork 1-1. So I'm going to name them by every classwork so I can find them easily if I need to. So now it's saved. So I did my classwork, I wrote the code, I made sure it's right. I need to submit it. So I'm going to come back to my classwork tab. And to submit an assignment, you click on the assignment. And if there is something that you need to write, you can say write submission, but here there's nothing for me to write. I want to attach my file. So I'm going to say browse my computer. And I know that I've created it in my Java Classwork Proof folder. And this is my picture. So I'm going to click open. And it's going to show me that it's attached. And I will just say submit. Notice that there's a save draft. If you click on save draft, it saves it and you can come back and edit it later. However, it is not submitted to me until you click on the submit. So you must click submit for me to see it. And so for me, it's giving me an error because I'm a teacher. I can't submit an assignment. But this is how you would submit your classwork assignment. Okay, so if you have any questions, again, ask me in class or during office hours. Now I want to show you one more place on the discussion board where you can ask questions. So here I've created a forum for chapter 1 and 2. Now chapter 2 we haven't covered yet, but if you have any questions, you know, you're getting an error message, something is not working correctly, and you think that this is something that other people can help you with, you can come here, you can create a thread, and you can ask your question, and then your classmates can answer you, and I also can answer you. Okay. So if you have any questions, let me know.